What's going on? It's Suck and I'm back with a brand new video on SuperDuprTech. Now in today's video I'm going to be showing you the results that I got when benchmarking the 2019 4K iMac. As always, the specification for the machine that I'm testing in this video can be found down below in the description section. Also want to remind you that we are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and if you are new around here, to click the subscribe button and the bell icon to the side of it to be notified of when I upload any of my new videos. But without any further ado, let's hit the titles. The first benchmarking application that I ran on this iMac was Geekbench 4. Now Geekbench gives a score for both single and multi-threaded tasks, and after these have been performed, it will then give it a score based on its performance and the time taken to perform them. Now the scores that I got for the single core side of things was 5,191, whereas for the multi-core side I got 20,548. Once again, using Geekbench 4, I ran their compute test to see how well the OpenGL engine ran through Geekbench, and as you can see, I got a score of 63,975. Also, using Geekbench 4, I ran their compute test this time to see how well the Metal API ran through Geekbench 4. Now with this, I got a score of 60,556. The next test that I ran was once again from Geekbench, but this time from the newer set of tests found in Geekbench 5, and when running the CPU test I got a single core score this time of 997 and a multi-core score of 4,729. Like I had done previously with Geekbench 4, I ran the compute test this time in Geekbench 5 to see what kind of scores we got when running the OpenGL and Metal API. And when testing using OpenGL, I got a score of 18,907, whereas when testing using Metal, I got a score this time of 19,256. The next benchmarking application that I ran on this iMac was GFXBench Metal. Now this is designed to purely test the performance of the Metal API. GFXBench runs a number of different tests which vary from both higher and lower levels of intensity. Now in the interest of saving time, I have calculated the average of these results, but of course I will show you each individual result. Now for the higher intensive task, I got an average frame rate of around 99.39 frames per second, whereas for the lower level intensive tasks, I got an average frame rate of around 180 frames per second. Due to the model that I'm testing in this video having a fusion drive, which is of course part SSD and hard disk drive, I thought it would be very interesting to see what kind of speeds we got when running a disk speed test on this fusion drive. So I tested the read and write speeds. Now with this I got a read speed of around 1,441 megabytes per second and a write speed of 899 megabytes per second. Next up we have NovaBench. Now NovaBench is a good general benchmarking test. This is as it not only tests the CPU and the GPU, but it also tests the performance of the storage and the system memory. Now the score that I got with this test was 1,712. I then performed a network speed test to see what kind of speeds I was accessing over this network with this iMac. Now with this I got a download speed of around 213 megabytes per second, whereas I got an upload speed around 10% that, at 20.1 megabytes per second. I then ran Cinebench. Now Cinebench is a good benchmarking program as it tests each individual processing thread and then gives a score similarly to how Geekbench gives its score based on its performance and time taken. Now with Cinebench I got a score of 2,265. Next, I did a timed export with Final Cut Pro, exporting a 5-minute 24-second video file to H.264 at both Full HD or 1920 by 1080 and UHD 4K 3840 by 2160. It is also worth noting that with this test I did have background rendering turned off, and the Full HD export came in faster at around 1 minute and 8 seconds, whereas the 4K project was complete in around 2 minutes and 42 seconds. The last series of tests that I performed came from Unigine benchmarking tools. Now the first of these was the Heaven benchmarking test. Now this is a heavy CPU and GPU test which will give both a general score on its performance and then an average frame rate for when rendering out a particular scene. Now this test was performed using medium settings, and with this I got an average frame rate of 35.1 frames per second and I got a score of 885. Once again from Unigine benchmarking tools, the last test that I performed was their Valley test, which performs a similar set of tests to the previous one. Now with this I got an average frame rate of 40 frames per second and I got a score of 1673. So that will be it for today's video. If you did enjoy the video, then be sure to hit the like button, and as I say, if you are new around here, then be sure to subscribe clicking the bell icon to be notified of when I upload any of my new videos. If you've got any questions with anything you've seen in this video, then be sure to drop me a message over on my social media platforms, or alternatively you can leave it down below in the comment section. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.